stuffed shell. But there's nothing worse than overhype. Here it
It's a good question. Are you indeed ready? Here we are getting ready for week 2, day 2 of SSBL. This is Chicken Sandwich on the call, my first stream of the season. It's good to finally be here with y'all, and I've got everything ready, and we can just go into the game, and you can see our fancy new stream settings. We have a bottom crawl now. So here we go, Wrong Fielders Knights. Game number 4 already for the Wrong Fielders, and only game 2 for the Knights. Wrong Fielders coming off a hard loss last night, 15-0 at the hands of the Moonshots. Looking to try and come back from that. Miles Hurley on the mound for the Knights, facing off leadoff batter Rog Lance. 1-1 the count here. That's fouled off. 1-2 now. And that's strike 3 looking. Strikeout to start the game for Miles Hurley. Here's Cherry Drew. We're going to get things started offensively for the Wrong Fielders, but falls behind 0-2. Swings on that one. Oh, Shaz Leathers makes his way over and snags it before it hits into foul ground for out number 2. And that brings up Tracy Branch. And she's going to roll this one just past ship, and in time at first for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go down the Wrong Fielders in the first. Hatman, Leathers, and Sacred do up for the Knights. Hatman coming over to the Knights this season in a trade with the Dragons. Dragons ended up getting, I think it was a couple of picks in return for Hatman. That they used some of those picks later in the Libby Sickley trade with the Walkers. Alex Hetman's going to lead things off with a walk. Chaz Leathers up. As you can see, is our bottom crawl. He is tied for the league in RBI so far with 5. Those stats aren't updated with last night, though. Those are just through week 1. That's grounded to short for 1, and in time for the Dragons special. So base runners quickly erased here. Here comes Dave Sacred. The infamous Rustin Hopper on the mound for the Wrong Fielders. First pitch swinging, hits that straight to Branch for out number 3. And we're going to the second inning. 4, 5, 6 do it for the Wrong Fielders here in the top of the second.
Now batting, the second
Taco Burns.
number 20.
Due up here first. First pitch swinging, grounds that one to Newton. There's plenty of time to throw it to first for out number 1.
Now batting, the
Brings up
designated
Woden Wayne.
number 11.
Miles Hurley so far 4 outs off of 11 pitches. High efficiency, but falls behind 2-0 here to Wayne. 3-0. That one just finds the zone, but ends up throwing ball 4, and Woden Wayne will be the first man aboard for the Wrong Fielders in this one.
Center fielder,
That brings up Carl Scott. He pops this one into right. This one's carrying, and it's a short porch here. It's a home run! It hits the foul pole in right, and it's a 2-run home run for Carl Scott. He just kissed that one off the foul pole, and the Wrong Fielders take a 2-0 lead.
now batting,
I thought that one might be trouble, but I didn't think it was going to hang up there quite that long. I thought it would at least bounce off the wall. I saw the right fielder, Ding Dong, I think, kind of carrying over. But a 2-run shot, and the Wrong Fielders off here early. Former Wildcat Bailing Curtis here with 2 outs. Looking to add things on for the Wrong Fielders here in the top of the second. Takes a quick 3-0 count from Hurley. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Right back down on the mojo goes Hurley. That brings up last man in the order, Wint Plaintiff. Been all around this league so far in his career. Was on the Championship Serpents team back in season 3. Then I think had a stint on the Ball Players and then was traded over to the wrong fielders in the massive trade last season, but swing and a miss for Plaintiff, and that will do it for the top of the second. 2-run home run for Carl Scott puts the wrong fielders on top here, 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the second. Andy Gibbon looking to get things started here for the Knights against Rustin Hopper. Strike one called on Gibbon. That curveball misses, evens up the count at 1. In the dirt, 3-1 now. Nowhere close, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Gibbon. It's going to bring up Vinny Bates. Vinny Bates back behind the plate this season after being the DH last season. A lot of speed at first, and not a lot of arm behind the plate. Look for a steal here, and there it is. And in there, no doubt about it. 2-2 the count now to Bates with a runner in scoring position. This one's popped up. Just barely gets out of the infield. Taco Burns a step into the outfield grass. Catches it for out number 1. Brings up Ding Dong. Knights looking to convert. Oh, the runner's headed for third. Not in time. Awful throw from home. And the runner is safe aboard at third. Ding Dong just needs to get this ball into play, basically. The Knights will have a run on the board. That is not how it's going to do it, but it falls harmlessly to the ground. Luckily for Ding Dong, he lives to see another pitch, but swings and misses at that one. Out number 2. And last chance for the Knights here. Haley Angelus trying not to strand that runner in scoring position. She takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. And the curveball in the outside corner. Strike 3 called! And Hopper gets out of a jam. Knights leave a runner in scoring position. We head into the third inning. It's still 2-0. Top of the order due up for the wrong fielders. Rog Lance 0 for 1 so far. He's going to ground that to Rock back. Tosses it in time to Leathers for out number 1.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 36.
Here's Cherry Drew. This one's popped softly into center, and Rock back makes his way for back there to grab it for out number 2. How are the volumes, levels, and everything? This first time I've streamed the game in a while. I just make sure all the levels are good. Chaz Leathers takes that out of himself for out number 3. We go to the home half of the third. Knights still down 2 as Rock back comes up for the first time today. Looking to get this Knights offense started. The ticker is current as of the end of week 1. I did not have enough time to update our stat sheet to update the ticker from last night. So it's fairly up to date, just not including last night. All right, here comes July Newton, number 9 hitter. Leadoff walk for the Knights and Rock back. 1-1 to Newton. That's in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. Runner is going. Not in time. It's close play, but runner is safe at second, and another runner in scoring position. Hard hit ball, but foul from Newton. We'll do it again. 2-2 the count. Swung on, grounded to third. Drew in time to Branch for out number 1. Runner stays put at second. That brings up Alex Hatman. Hopper checks on the runner. Back in time. That curveball's in there. That one's in the dirt. 1-1. That one finds the outside corner. 1-2. Nowhere close on that one. Checks the runner again. Fouled off. Hatman sees another pitch here. Swung on, slow roller to first. Tracy Branch will take it herself for out number 2. Runner does advance to third here for Shaz Leathers. A chance here for Shaz Leathers to put himself in solo lead of the RBI race with the runner at third. Needs to find himself a base hit against a locked-in Rustin Baldwin. There's 2 strikeouts and 3 walks on the day so far through 2 2/3. Full count now. Swung on and fouled off by Leathers. Oh, that one just misses, and Leathers is aboard with a walk. So runners at the corners here for Dave Sacred, who's got contact against right-handed pitchers. As a boost. Oh, and that one gets away from the catcher, and the run's going to come home to score. 2-1 now. Knights cut the lead in, cut the deficit in half from the, I'm going to call that a wild pitch. 3-0 the count here to Sacred. And that's going to be a walk. Mojo goes down for Hopper. Back-to-back walks. And the wild pitch, which allowed the run to score. Brings up Andy Gibbon. 2 on, 2 out. Hopper looking to get out of this inning with the lead intact. This one's popped up behind home plate, and it looks like it's going to stay in play, and Drew Haven catches that for out number 3. So Knights get 1 up on the board thanks to the wild pitch, but still trail by 1 as we go into the 4th inning. Taco Burns start things off here in the 4th. Taco Burns had himself a heck of a rookie season in season 4, I think it was, but has yet to find that same magic. He kind of struggled a bit last year, looking to bounce back this year as he singles through the left-hand side to start off the inning. Here comes Woden Wayne, designated hitter this season. I think he was the catcher in years prior, in the couple years prior. Runner's going, hit and run is on, and that's going to hit down. Oh, and Ding Dong can't handle it. Runner's going to try for third, and is going to get there easily. So runners at the quarters now for Carl Scott, who homered his last time up. Kissed it off the foul pole in right. And he's got 2 more aboard. Try and put this one, put the wrong fielders back on top by even more here. Runners going, hit and runs on. This one's hit softly into left, and that one is going to get down in front of Angels. The run will score. It's 3-1 wrong fielders. A couple of soft base hits for the wrong fielders have gotten down and gotten the wrong fielders lead back up to 2. 2 on, nobody out here for Drew Haven, who is tense, who is behind the plate. This one's grounded, and July Newton can't get it. Runner's going to think about heading for home, but thought better of it. The bases are now loaded for Baleen Curtis. Big at bat here. Still no outs here in the top of the 4th. Miles Hurley only at 42 pitches, though, but tense. This one's grounded up the middle. Could be 2. In time at first for 1. And in time for the double play, but another run will come home to score and make it 4-1 wrong fielders. No RBI, though, for Baleen Curtis. Runner does score, and another advances to 3rd here for Wint Plaintiff. And this one's grounded up the middle. It's going to be 5-1 wrong fielders. Not a great day on the mound for Miles Hurley. 5 earned through 3 2/3. Not exactly what you want. This one's grounded to Gibbon, and he has plenty of time to get out number 3 at first. 3 more on the board for the wrong fielders. They now push their lead 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Vinny Bates due up here first, lead off the home half of the 4th. Hopper still in there, locked in now again. Throwing his 60th pitch here. This one's hit hard and deep, but too high. Got way too far under it. Into right center is Rog Lance for out number 1. Ding Dong tense after booting a ball in right that allowed a runner to advance to 3rd off that bit of a mishandle. See if he can make up for it here. This one's grounded hard to Baleen Curtis. In time at first for out number 2. And here comes Haley Angelis. She takes a ball up high, around her head. That one just misses a bit too low. Hopper finds his own there, 2-1. 2-2 now. Fouled off. Haley sees another pitch. That's going to load the count up. Ooh, just missed, and that's going to be a walk. 2-out walk for the Knights. Brings up Rock back. Chance here for the Knights. After the sixth walk from Hopper tonight. Still locked in, though. Swing and a miss! And that's going to do it. Another runner stranded by the Knights. We head to the fifth inning. 5-1 wrong fielders. 2-3-4 due up for them here. Cherry Drew 0 for 2 so far. Miles Hurley back up on the mound. Tenth still at 48 pitches so far. This one's hit hard, but right at July Newton for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
I'm curious what people voted in the margin. Okay, only Elder voted 6 or more. Everyone else was 5 or less, so. Yeah, the prediction is looking rather silly right now. Oh, I forgot to do the League Office live thing. My bad. That's in time for out number 2, which brings up Taco Burns. He has a single so far in the day. First pitch swinging, pops this one up on the first base side. Chaz Leathers is under it for out number 3. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Hurley, a 1-2-3 inning to get the Knights into the home half of the 5th. 9-1-2 due up for the Knights. And for a number 9 hitter, July Newton is pretty dang good. She takes a 3-0 count from Hopper. Looks at that curveball right in the middle of the zone, but allows that one to go by here for a walk, leadoff walk from the Knights. They've had a couple of those so far in this game. Let's see if they can capitalize off of this one, as they haven't been able to do that so far today. 0 for 1 Alex Hatman has one of the 7 walks Hopper's issued so far today. Runners going and should be in there fairly. Ooh, that was a bit closer than I thought it would be, but Newton is in there, and this one's hit hard to deep right center. It's carrying just off the base of the wall. Carl Scott could not grab it. Alex Hatman is going to slide into third with an RBI triple, and the Knights have another up on the board. It's 5-2.
Now back, the first baseman, now pitching.
That's it for Hopper. Here comes Hank Murphy. Hank Murphy had a decent start to the season, but got absolutely slammed last night by the moonshots. I think he had 6 or 8 earned. It was not pretty. But that specialist trait never really could come into effect as he gets Chaz Leathers a strikeout on the first batter he sees. But as I was mentioning, that specialist trait never really got a chance to activate as the moonshots build their team around switch hitters. This one's hit into center. Caught by Carl Scott for out number 2. Alex Hatman tagging up and scoring. The throw was a bit closer than I thought it would be with Hatman's speed, but he is safe nonetheless, and another run comes home to score, and this one's hit deep into left. It's carrying, and it's gone! Home run, Knights! I think that's Andy Gibbon. I don't have Discord open for the home run song. Why is that always my Achilles heel? And just like that, it's 5-4. It has not been a good set of days for Hank Murphy in relief, as what was a 4-run lead for the Wrongfielders has been whittled down to 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Knights have put up 3 so far in this one. Actually had their first hit of the game. It was a no-hitter coming into this inning. But that's going to be in time for out number 3. 3 runs come across. Knights still trail, but by less. 5-4 as we head into the 6th inning.
The designated hitter,
Bowden Wayne 1 for 1 so far. Hurley still up on the mound. Now at neutral, no longer tense. This one's a slow roller. Chaz Leathers toss it to the covering Hurley for out number 1. That brings up Carl Scott, 2 for 2, has 3 RBIs on the day, home run and a single so far. This one's hit hard, but right at July Newton. Has plenty of time to fling it to first for out number 2. And here comes Drew Haven, 1 for 2 so far, to neutral now. No longer tense. She was tense after that wild pitch pass ball around the first runner to score for the Knights so far in this game. She pops this one up, barely gets in front of home plate. And Vinny Bates has got that for out number 3. Another quick inning of work for Hurley and the Knights. Bottom 6 we go, still 5-4. 6, 7, 8 due up for them. Ding dong. 0 for 2 and tense. Hank Murphy not tense anymore. Hoping to keep this lead for the wrong field. This one's grounded to the short base side. Shortstop. Balin Curtis is up with it and tossed it in time to first for out number 1. Here comes Haley Angelus. She takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. One misses high. It's hit hard, but that's going to be foul. 1-2 the count here. Swung on right back at Murphy. He's got plenty of time to get it to first for out number 2, which brings up Rock back. 0 for 1 so far with a walk. Takes first pitch strike high in the zone. Ooh, that pitch just misses. I don't exactly know where. That one's a little bit inside. It's 2-1, 3-1. That one's in there. Full count now here to Rock back. Swung on and hit deep to center. It's carrying. Doesn't have enough. Carl Scott is at the track. He doesn't even jump, and it's gone. And we've got ourselves a tie ball game. Rockbacks rocks this one to dead center, 405 feet, and it's 5-5.
Now back, the third baseman, number 18.
And here's July Newton. One swing could give the Knights their first lead of this game. She's got a 2-0 count here, 3-0 count. That one's in there for a strike. But that one misses, and she's got her second walk of the game so far. That's going to reset the order. Here's Alex Hatman. RBI triple last time he was up. Another one of those puts the Knights up. July Newton's going. Oh, man, those have been some close plays. I really thought she'd got that one. But she's safely aboard at second. But Alex Hatman is behind 0-2. Check swings there. And there. 2-2 the count now. Fouls that one off. Lives to see another pitch. Breaks his bat. Dribbles this one in front of home plate. Does he have enough time? He does. Alex Hatman is fast, but not quite fast enough to beat that throw out. But the Knights do tie the game up at 5 as we head into the 7th inning. Miles Hurley has rebounded quite nicely. Started the game off rather rough, but has had a couple straight innings of fairly clean baseball and continues here in the 7th. Getting a pop out from behind home plate from Balin Curtis. Brings up Went Plaintiff. Actually, it brings up Elvis Riggs. Heavy hitting third baseman on the bench this season. Being interested to see if this guy becomes a trade piece down the road for someone, as that is a rather solid bat to have just on the bench. See, someone could buy that, but he takes strike 3 looking, and that's out number 2. Here's Rog Lance, and in comes Folger Homebrew to pinch hit. Thank you, Hulkman. We're having a great stream so far. This has been a rather surprising game. Wrong fielder showing a bit of life after last night. Tied up here with the Knights here in the top of the 7th. 2-2 count here to Folger Homebrew. Dribbles this one down the first base side, but Chaz Leathers snags it and takes himself to first for out number 3. I think that's the third straight inning of 3 up, 3 down for Hurley. As we head to the home half of the 7th, it's 7th inning stretch time. I need to do this. Join the Discord. We'd be happy to have you. A lot of things just happened that I wasn't paying attention to. This one's popped up. Balin Curtis. Ooh, Dubai Dudley, actually. I don't know where Curtis moved to, but Dudley there at short. To grab that for out number 1. Here's Dave Sacred, 0 for 1 so far. Walk and an RBI. I think that RBI was most likely on a sacrifice fly. Hits this one hard into right. There's Balin Curtis. She has enough range to grab that one for out number 2. And here's Andy Gibbon. Had a home run the last time he was up into left, right over the visitor's bullpen. Takes a 2-1 count here from Hank Murphy. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes. We head to the 8th inning, still tied up 5 apiece. 2, 3, 4, do it for the wrong fielders. They haven't gotten to Hurley in a while. They were hitting him pretty well early, but Hurley changed something up and has remained rather elusive over these past 3 innings. Only at 75 pitches here to start off the top of the 8th. That one swung on, barely gets above home plate. Vinny Bates up with it in time at first for out number 1. Brings up Tracy Branch. Seen it at 0 for 3 so far today. Hits this one well into center, but Hatman is able to track it down for out number 2. Having that speed in center field turns out to be very valuable, as that one, as Hatman was just able to get that one in time before it got down for a base hit. Swing and a miss, and that's another 1-2-3 inning from Miles Hurley. Bottom of the 8th, Vinny Bates, heart of the order, do it for the Knights, looking to take their first lead of the game. 0 for 3 is Bates, and he's facing the specialist trait, so he's down a little bit, but still very, very good. But pops this one up just in front of home plate. Murphy is going to snag that himself for round number 1. Hello, everyone. Starting to come on in. Got a bit of a surprise on our hands as we're tied at 5 apiece here between the wrong fielders and the Knights here in the bottom of the 8th. And this one's hit hard, and that's going to get down in the gap. That's going to be extra bases for Rock back. He's headed for second. Could be holding for third. Nope, he's going to hold up there. Folger Homebrew got to that one fairly decently. He was able to prevent that from being a triple. So pressure all the way up. Here's Haley Angelis. Runner is going to go. And out! Finally, the catcher gets one. Finally gets one to get gunned. She's been close several times in this game and finally gets one. And now 2 down. And that's a strikeout to end the 8th. And we go into the 9th, tied at 5 apiece. Same lineup with Bradley. Cool. I think it's the same lineup for the Walkers. I think he just wants that same lineup the entire season. All right, Woden Wayne. Miles Hurley's to start the 9th. This one's grounded. Andy Gibbon with the sliding catch. And in time at first, Andy Gibbon steals a base hit from the wrong fielders. Carl Scott has had himself a home run, single, 3 RBIs. He desperately needs to get something, as the wrong fielders have been silent offensively for the past few innings. But that's not going to do it. This one's a mile high in foul territory. Shaz Leathers is under that. Route number 2. And here's Drew Haven. I couldn't remember her name. Drew Haven. She just threw out the runner trying to steal third. Trying to do anything to try and extend this inning for the wrong fielders. Because I think this will be 4 straight innings of 1, 2, 3. And it will be the 4th straight inning of 1, 2, 3 baseball for Hurley. Maybe even the 5th. But anyway, Hurley on fire now as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Chance to walk it off for the Knights. Rock back to lead things off. Hank Murphy still on the mound. Quick 2-0 count to Rock back. 3-0. In there for a strike finally. As is that one. Full count now to back. This one's grounded up the middle. Big bounce off the pitcher's mound. Saves a base hit for the wrong fielders. That one was going to go straight up the middle, but that Kareem knocked it straight to Taco Burns, who was able to get it at first out number 1. And 0-2 falls behind July Newton. And a swing and a miss for out number 2. And here's Alex Hatman. Hank Murphy starting to run out of gas. His velocity is in the red. This one's hit hard, but that's going to cut foul. 1-1 the count here to Hatman. And Hatman hits this one deep, but it's in the deepest part of the park. Does it have enough? It does! Alex Hatman walks it off for the Knights. 421 feet, and the Knights come from 5-1 down to win this one, 6-5. That one was a tough read. I didn't think it had enough at first, but it had just enough oomph on it to get it out of here. 6-5. The Wrongfielders out-hit the Knights, but still lose. Look at that, 6-6, 5-5. Let's take a look here. Only 6 hits for the Wrongfielders, 2 from Scott, 1 for everyone else, 3 RBIs. He was the big player of the day. Big day from Hatman. He had a triple and the game-winning home run, 2 RBIs. Gibbon had a home run, as did Rock back. Miles Hurley ends up going the whole game despite a shaky start. Gave up 5, 6 hits, 2 walks. Had a pretty clean game from like the 5th or 6th inning on. Like, I think completely shut them down. And a bit of an uncanny valley as Rustin Hopper does better than Hank Murphy somehow. But 7 walks, so take that for what you will, I guess. That's going to do it. Alex Hatman, MVP. Carl Scott gets the second, and Rock back the third. Knights take this one 6-5. Comeback victory for them as they improve to 2-0 and send the Wrongfielders down to 1-3. We shall be right back for game number 2 at Dragons versus Walkers. Okay, shut up, music. Here we are, game number 2. Let's hope it's just as good as that first one. Dragons with Walkers, one of the biggest rivalries of the SSBL. I believe Dragons swept the Walkers last season. Walkers under new management, with Pasta leading the way for them. Hannah Bradley, acquisition of the Dragons from the Wrongfielders this offseason. Looking to give that pitching staff a bit of oomph as Dallas, Texas will ground out. Brings up Kip Shaw. Another big acquisition, this one from the Walkers from the Skulls. Got several pieces from them as Kip Shaw looks to kind of turn things around for this organization, but grounds out one to Stubb and plenty of time at first. For out number 2, brings up Wingspan Wackett. He grabs a 1-1 count. Big swing and a miss there, 1-2. This one's grounded softly to Gary Starr. And in time at first for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Walkers in the top of the first. It's Sawyer, Esposito, and Von Crum due up for the Dragons. Debbie Sawyer coming over from the Knights, who had one of the worst seasons probably in SSBL history. Hit 70, I think. Didn't even hit 100. I mean, it was bad. She suffered through an injury or two, but it was an awful, awful season. But she will ground out for number 1. Brings up Stub Esposito. That one's grounded down the first base line, but it's going to be foul. Strike 2 in there. Alyssa Grubbs on the mound to start things off for the Walkers. This one's popped up. It's heading foul. But Wingspan Wackett's able to track it down in foul territory for round number 2. Alyssa Grubbs was trapped in the minors last season, if I remember correctly. I think it was her who was down in the minors last season, but now the number 2 starter for the Walkers. Both these teams coming off of losses to start the season. Walkers got beat by the Knights, who we just saw, 14-6, I think it was. And the Dragons took a 7-4 loss from the hands of the Vikings. So both these teams looking for a win in their second games. Here's Eddie Ortiz, a former Bomber, been on the Walkers now for a couple of seasons. He's going to sky this one into right. And Debbie Sawyer's there for out number 1. Thank you, Aggie. The stats are updated through the end of week 1. I didn't have enough time to update our stat sheet and then update the little ticker here for the games yesterday, but those are accurate up to the end of last week. Here's Severus Chernley, who takes a 3-2 count. Swings on that one. It's popped up. And Bradley is going to make her way in foul territory and grab that herself for out number 2. Brings up Ronald Doctor. As Fizek just mentioned, home opener for the Dragons. Second straight road game for the Walkers as they played in, Swagger Center against the Knights last week. 3-1 count here to Doctor. This one's hit hard to straightaway center. But no, that's not Freishek, it's Sickley. Sickley has plenty of room to snag that for out number 3. The Freishek is the DH. Here's Sponge Cooper. Sponge Cooper, the long-term second baseman for this team, after coming over from the Unicorns in season 2, I think it was? We'll say that, season 2. Had a massive boost in ratings this offseason, progressed rather nicely, as he's going to be the first base runner of this game as he takes a leadoff walk to bring up Will Freishek, who is indeed the designated hitter. Takes a first pitch strike right down Main Street. This one's down and just by the glove of the third baseman, just snuck in there fair. And runner's going to head for third as Freishek going for second in there. So a double for Freishek has 2 runners in scoring position here for the Dragons early. And for Libby Sickley facing her former team. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss there. 2-1 the count to Sickley. 3-1. Could load the bases intentionally here. This one's going to be softly hit, and that's going to get down over the head of Dallas, Texas. And the runner is going to score from third. And that's going to be a 1-0 lead for the Dragons. RBI single for Sickley against her former team brings up Vanessa Marzo with runners at the corners and nobody out. Excuse me. That one's going to get... Oh, Doctor snags it in time for first for 1. In time at second for the Dragon special, but the runner at third will score. Make it 2-0. I forgot that Doctor is playing second, and Texas is at short now. So, not the greatest result, but a run does come home to score and make it 2-0 Dragons here in the bottom of the second inning. Up to 33 pitches here for Grubbs as she walks. I don't know who that was, but that brings up Steven Diaz. 2-0 count. Hit hard but well foul into the stands. 3-1 the count. Full count now here for Diaz. Runner's going to go. This one's going to get through the infield just by the glove of Doctor. He made a decent effort at it, but just couldn't quite haul that one in. And 2 aboard here. Top of the order up now. Debbie Sawyer looking to tack on some more for the Dragons here. And this one's hit into center, but Kip Shaw tracks that one down. Dragons put 2 up on the board, and they take a 2-0 lead heading into the 3rd inning. Bottom 3rd of the order due up for the Walkers. Hamilton Porterhouse, another former Bomber. No, it was runners at the corner, so there was no guaranteed, like, force out at home. I mean, they could have gone home potentially, but... And Hamilton Porterhouse is going to strike out looking to start off the inning. Brings up Tito offside. This one's grounded to the 3rd base side. Esposito up with it. In time at first for out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder.
2 outs for one run early enough to make that decision. Had it been later, they might have tried and gone home. Since it was early in the season, I didn't put things like ERA and batting average on the tracker, on the little crawl, but I assume that's things we'll put on there as the season progresses and people start to equalize and normalize on at-bat attempts and games played. I assume that's some other things. Strike 3 is called, and that's going to do it for the Walkers in the top of the 3rd. Bottom 3rd we go, still 2-0 Dragons. Esposito, Crum, and Cooper due up here. But what's some other things you might want to see on the bottom crawl? This one's grounded. Slow roller to Doctor, but has time to throw it to Porterhouse in time for out number 1. And here's Mr. Harry Do Something Von Crum, sitting at 0 for 1 so far in this game. And hits this one deep to left. He might have just done something, ladies and gentlemen, and he does! Home run for Harry Von Crum, and it's 3-0 Dragons. Oh, I can, what's the, I forget, I don't have to do the Discord. What's the key shortcut to play the home run song? Was it Control H or Shift H or something? I forgot you told me that. I completely forgot that was there. Oh, how did Dallas, Texas not catch that? That one looked like it went through his glove. Control Shift H. I need to write a sticky note to remember that.
Number 82.
But I feel, I was looking away for a second, but that looked weird. That would look like it went like straight through Texas's glove. Maybe I looked at it, wasn't looking at it fully, but that one looked weird. This one's popped up into right, and Wackett's there for out number 2. Brings up Libby Sickley. She started the scoring off with an RBI single last time up. Big swing and a miss there. 1 on 2 outs here for the Dragons here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-0 lead against their rivals. This one's dribbled to the 3rd base side. Offside. Toss it in time at first for out number 3. Solo shot from Von Crum makes it a 3-0 game as we head into the top of the 4th. Top of the order due up for the Walkers. Dallas, Texas, 0 for 1 so far. Anna Bradley locked in at 36 pitches to start the 4th. This one is popped foul into the little cutout there on the first base side. This one's up the middle, and the no-hitter is gone. Dallas, Texas, the first base runner of the day for the Walkers so far. Brings up Kip Shaw. High expectations for Kip Shaw here on the Walkers. Needs to really start doing things to turn this franchise around from last season. 2-1 the count here to Shaw. 3-1. And Bradley not really pitching to him much. Checking Texas at first. He gets back in time. A lot of speed on Texas, actually. That pitch is in there, full count now. This one swung on, popped into right. And Sawyer has room to catch that for out number 1.
Now batting, the
Brings up wingspan to whack it.
number 5.
He takes a first pitch strike.
That's high.
Swing and a miss there. 1-2 the count. Strike 3 called!
Now batting,
Caught looking on the inside corner. That's out number 2. Brings up Eddie Ortiz. Runner is going. And gunned. What on earth? What is wrong with Dallas, Texas? He's a lot faster than he was just running. Looked like he was running in molasses there. But Dallas, Texas gunned down for out number 3. And speaking of, that one's grounded to Texas in time at first for out number 1 here in the home half of the 4th.
number 6.
Texas looked really, really slow there. Like, I don't know what was going on there.
Go inside.
3-0 count here to Gary Starr, number 8 hitter of the Dragons. One just catches the zone, 3-1. Swung on, hit up the middle. That's a leadoff single, a 1-out single, excuse me, for the Dragons here. The bottom of the 4th. Yes, that was very weird. Magic Robot, that one was very bizarre.
Number 35.
Here's Steven Diaz, number 9 hitter.
No, that's high.
1 for 1 so far today. Alyssa Grubbs at 62 pitches so far here, with 1 out in the 4th inning. Not exactly the pitching bounce back you want to see if you're Pasta after Tumblo getting absolutely massacred by the Knights in game 1.
Ball inside.
Full count here to Diaz. Swing and a miss! That was ball 4, but Diaz wanted to swing, and he missed, and that's out number 2.
Fielder, number 14.
Here's Debbie Sawyer 0 for 2 so far. That one's grounded straight to Texas, who has plenty of time to throw it to first to Hamilton Poorhouse for out number 3. Nothing doing in the 4th inning from both sides. To the 5th we go. It's 3-0.
Now batting, the catcher.
Eddie Ortiz back up. He was denied the chance to hit in the 4th after Dallas, Texas got caught stealing. He falls behind 0-2 to Bradley. This one's hit well, and that's through the left side of the infield for a leadoff single for the Walkers. Yes, I agree. Debbie has to do better as a leadoff, but let me read you this. Let me pull up last year's stats. Batting pivot table. Debbie Sawyer. Darius. Debbie Sawyer was 3 for 39.
Now batting, the
That's a
second baseman.
077 batting average. I mean, she should do better. She definitely has the stats to do better, but that's definitely a yikes. All right, 1 down here now on the top of the 5th. Runner aboard. Full count here to Ronald Doctor. And this one could be a Dragon Special. In time at second for 1. And in time at first for the Dragon Special. Leadoff leadoff hit is erased with the Dragon Special. And we're to the home half of the 5th. Dragon still nursing a 3-0 lead. Grubbs back up on the mound to start her 5th inning of work, facing off Esposito, 0 for 2 so far today. Finds his own there, 1-2 the count. Broken back into the dugout. That one misses low.
No, that's inside.
Full count now. And strike 3 called.
Now batting, the first baseman.
That brings up Harry Duve something von Crum. He homered his last time up into left field.
Nope. Inside.
How did the wrong fielders do? Lasers, you had the lead for
Ball 4.
a good chunk of the game, and then the Knights came back and walked it off in the bottom of the ninth. Alex Hatman hit a walk-off home run to win it.
99.
Brings up Sponge Cooper 1 for 1 so far. This one's going to find the bleachers. Foul.
That's down. Nope. High.
Grubbs having a hard time finding the zone today. 3 walks so far. A lot of pitches so far, but that one is up the middle. And 2 aboard here for the Dragons. They're threatening here in the home half of the 5th.
Now batting.
Brings up Will Freishak, who's got himself a decent bat.
Number 82.
Grubbs at 85 pitches. Don't know how much longer she's going to last here in this one. 1-1 count to Freishak, who doubled so far in this game. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. Swings at a high ball, and that one's going to loft into center field. Kipshaw's there. Route number 2.
Now batting. The center fielder. Now pitching.
That's going to do it for Grubbs. Here comes Ty Sasso. Grubbs doesn't last 5 and turns it over to Sasso to get the last out of the 5th.
Nope. Inside. Strike.
Big swing and a miss there from Sickley, and it's 1-2. And swing and a miss there! Sasso gets out of a jam, and it remains a 3-0 game heading into the 6th inning. 7, 8, 9 do up for the Walkers here. They've only amassed 2 hits so far off of Hannah Bradley. She's done very well at 62 pitches to start off this inning and gets Poorhouse to ground softly to Esposito in time at first for out number 1.
Now batting. The third baseman. Number
Which brings up
22.
Tito offside, 0 for 1 so far today. Hits this one a mile high into center field. Sickley is under it and has that for out number 2.
Now batting. The left fielder. Number 3.
And here is draft pick Miranda Biscuit. Walker snagged her in the mid to late 3rd round. It's the only 2 picks they had, and Biscuit puts a charge in this one into right center. It's carrying, but it's going to die at the warning track. Sickley makes the catch on the warning track for out number 3. Needed just a little bit more oomph on that one, but it remains a 3-0 ball game heading to the bottom of the 6th. Vanessa Marzo 0 for 2 and tenths.
Ball outside.
Thought that one might have had a chance for a little bit, but didn't quite have enough behind it.
That's low.
Marzo takes a 3-0 count here against Sasso,
Take your base.
and is going to take a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning. Marzo aboard, but as Fizek mentioned earlier, not a lot of speed on Marzo.
Nope.
That's going to bring up Gary Starr. Single and a walk so far today. Hits this one to the right, and that one is going to get down. It's going to hit the wall. The diving Wackett couldn't grab it. And Marzo is only going to make it to second. I guess she was holding to make sure Wackett didn't catch it. Definitely feel like she could have made it to third at least with her, even with her speed. Okay, she did hold up. Okay, fair enough. So 2 aboard, nobody out here to start the home half of the 6th. Steven Diaz with a 2-1 count here. Sasso in a bit of a jam. 3-1 the count. Does Diaz have a green light? He does. That one's hit straight to Porterhouse for out number 1. Top of the order here, Debbie Sawyer 0 for 3, looking for her first hit of the game. And it could come at a big time here. Could knock a run in.
Ball high.
It's now Debbie Do Something Sawyer,
Ball 4.
but she's going to draw a walk. Oh, I got the arrows confused. There was an arrow at home, and I was scared. Like, why is the runner going home? But bases loaded here for Stub Esposito, also 0 for 3. This top of the order not getting it done for the Dragons. He falls behind 0-2. And that one's going to get under the second baseman. How did that get under? And the run's going to come home to score, and it's 4-0. That went straight under Ronald Doctor. The defense is not helping the Dragons or the Walkers in this one. And here's Von Crum. Base is still loaded. But swing and a miss there. And Von Crum goes down swinging. Out number 2. And here comes Sponge Cooper. Base hit could easily score 2. A lot of speed on second. This one's hit deep to center. It's going back at the wall is, and it's gone. Grand slam for Sponge Cooper. Into the second deck. That one goes for 37. Control Shift H. And it's 8-0. Is the home run song playing? We can't leave him loaded, and Sponge Cooper agrees. And just like that, it is 8-0 Dragons, and Ty Sasso is tense. And another hit up the middle. The inning is not quite over yet.
Now batting.
Brings up Libby Sickley, 1 for 3 so far today. Much different Ty Sasso compared to his season last year as a starter. Sasso was pretty good. This one is caught by offside for out number 3, but 5 runs come across for the Dragons here in the 6th as they take an 8-0 lead.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 12.
Here's Dallas, Texas.
Outside. No, inside.
He has one of the 2 hits off the hand of Bradley today and has a 3-0 count against her. That curveball finds the zone. As does that fastball, 3-2 now. Swing and a miss, and down goes Texas.
Now batting, the center
There's
fielder.
Kipshaw. He's 0 for 2 today as well. Picks a first pitch strike. And he's going to go around that one to Esposito, who has time to throw it to first for out number 2.
Now batting, the right
A bit of a slow roller. Any slower, and he might have been able to beat that out, but Esposito was able to snag that and throw it to first in time for the out, which brings up Wingspan Wackett. Had the ball go right under him. I'm going to have to watch this back, and he strikes out looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Walkers in the top of the 7th. Bottom 7th we go. It's Marzo, Starr, and Diaz do it for the Dragons. It's 7th inning stretch time.
28.
It's time to plug the Discord. Join the Discord and hang out with us. Apply to be assistant manager and make players for our next draft coming up in season 7. And strike 3 called, and that's a strikeout for Sasso.
The shortstop.
Brings up Gary Starr. Starr's going to foul the first pitch off. This one's going to be blooped into left. And that's a 1-out single here for in the bottom of the 7th for the Dragons.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Starr's on and brings up Diaz. Diaz pops this one into right center, right center. But Wackett is able to range over and catch that for out number 2. Brings up Debbie Sawyer.
The right fielder.
0 for 3, drew a walk the last time up, but for a leadoff hitter, want to see that bat putting the ball in places where the fielders aren't. He falls behind 1-2 to Sasso.
That's inside.
That ball just misses, 2-2 the count. Fouls that one off. Swing and a miss, and down goes Sawyer. To the 8th we go. It's 8-0. 4, 5, 6 do it for the Walkers.
Now batting, the catcher.
Eddie Ortiz 1 for 2 so far. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 the count. Bradley on fire and gets Ortiz to strike out, looking to start the top of the 8th.
The designated hitter, number
An on-fire Hannah Bradley has been carving through this Walker's order so far tonight.
No, inside.
And another strikeout call. That's back-to-back strikeouts.
Now batting,
And Hannah Bradley is feeling it.
number 35.
Hello, C. Darwin, MVP Baseball 2005. Welcome to the SSBL. You're watching Game 2 of Day 2. Dragons are taking it to the Walkers so far on this one. That's grounded back to the pitcher. Von Crum snags it for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-0 Dragons in this one. That is a good point. Hannah Bradley and lockdown on fire season openers. That one's up the middle, leadoff single for the Dragons to start the home half of the 8th. Hannah Bradley absolutely destroyed the Gauchos to start off the season last year. She was the first one to find that the Gauchos were not good. Harry Von Crum puts this one to the gap. Runner is headed for third, could be headed home. Kip Shaw snags it and tosses it in. Runner is going to home. As Shaw didn't throw home, and that's going to be a run in. 9-0 now. An RBI double for Harry Von Crum, and that's going to do it for Sasso. In comes Tamayo. She was lights out the whole season. I think she was pretty reliable the entire season. She was just solid and still is. Here's Sponge Cooper looking like the MVP of the game so far. Had the grand slam to really blast this one open and draws a walk here off of Tamayo. Another one of those players that came over from the Skulls in that trade that also included Kip Shaw. Here's Will Freischek, 2 for 4, has himself a pretty solid day. A double and a single. And this one is going to get down into left. Miranda Biscuit up with it. Tosses it in. Prevents any runners from scoring. That's going to load the bases for Libby Sickley. Nobody out here. Home half of the 8th. And that one, Dallas, Texas can't handle on. The middle infield of the Walkers is having a day. 2 runs come in to score, and it's 11-0. The Walkers are getting crushed. Dallas, Texas has missed a couple. Ronald Doctor has missed a couple, and it's cost them dearly. It's cost them at least 6 runs, because if Doctor makes a play a couple innings ago, that prevents, at least maybe prevents the grand slam. And that one gets by Wackett in the outfield. The misplays are just everywhere, and 2 more runs are going to come home to score, and it's going to be 13-0.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6.
I think you're going to hold on, Fizek. I really don't see the Dragons blowing. It would be the largest blown lead in league history. And finally, one out here in the bottom of the 8th. Not before 5 runs come home to score. And here's another one. It's 14-0. First 2 games of the season, and the Walkers give up 14 runs in each of them. That is how you say, not it, Chief. And I get to break out the double-digit scores for the first time ever, because Fizek so graciously sent them to everyone. Oh, okay. I see what I have to do. So this is going to be at 114. Then I need to... Aha!
Now batting, the third baseman.
Was that just a force out at second? What just happened? I was trying to fix the scoreboard. Yeah, the defense definitely hasn't helped them, and it's not like Texas and Wackett are like, oh, that's gone! I didn't think that was going to go out. I thought it was at least going to bounce off the top of it, but 402 to center, and it's 16-0. The Dragons are taking out a season and a half's worth of frustration out on the Walkers here tonight. Dragons have doubled their score in this inning.
Ball 4.
And not done yet. Von Crum draws a walk.
Now batting. The second base. Now pitching.
Spray Gray comes in relief. Tamayo only gets 2 outs.
No, that's inside.
I definitely think there's going to be some new leaders on that leaderboard crawl.
That's inside.
This game alone put some Dragons in the conversation. Headed into the top of the 9th, it's 16-0. The Walkers have 2 base runners all game. Hannah Bradley is on fire. And that's pretty much all you need to know.
Now batting. The third baseman. Number 26.
This one is hit well, but nope. Can't catch a break. That one just skips foul.
Ball. That's inside.
This one's hit straight to Cooper. Has plenty of time. Route number 2 at first. And Miranda Biscuit, the number 9 hitter. Did Hannah Bradley face the minimum?
Inside.
Did she get a Dragon play with each hit that she gave up? Yeah, she did. She's 0 for 2. So we're out here, and Bradley would face the minimum. I'm not sure if that's ever happened before. Maybe it did, but that's pretty impressive.
Ball outside.
Of course, I say that. Full count. Swung on, and that's just good. It's just going to reach the bleachers. Oh. That's what you call a jinx. Miranda Biscuit
Now batting.
singles up the middle.
Number 12.
Hannah Bradley's still on fire. 105 pitches trying to get the CGSO. Just needs one more out, but this could be her last batter. Velocity now in the red. There's strike 1, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. Waste a pitch. Dallas doesn't chase. This one's going to do it. Popped up just out of the infield. Sponge Cooper is over and catches it for out number 3. Hannah Bradley with a complete game annihilation of the Walkers. Dragons win this one going away 16-0. 111 pitches for Hannah Bradley. That's pretty darn impressive. Yep, 28. That was the minimum, if not for Miranda Biscuit. Wow. 19-42, 15-7, a lot. Many things. 4 RBIs for Cooper, 3 for Sickley and Esposito, a pair for Crum and Marzo. Immaculate game for Hannah Bradley, and a lot of bad over here. All right, Sponge Cooper, Bradley, and Von Crum are your MVPs. Don't go anywhere. High Rollers, Bombers coming up next. And here we go. Game number 3 on the night. Ball players, high rollers. Our lone epic conference game of the evening. This one, I think, should be a good one. We've got, I think, some decent teams. I think the ball players, even though they traded away pieces, they're still a contender. They're still really good. Oh, and we see the unveiling of the new ball players uniforms. Look pretty snazzy, actually, in-game. They didn't look all that great when I edited them in the team edit thing. But look pretty good here in the light of day. And swing and a miss from Alex Longstop gets the game going for Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic, a draft. I can't remember where in the draft he was taken. I think it might have been second round. And that's grounded to black. File updated. What file? The team pack? Did something get changed? But anyway, 2 quick outs here for Fitzmagic. Got himself a interesting arsenal. All the fastballs. A slider and a change. That's going to be a walk to max range, which brings up dangerous Blind Ollie. Blind Ollie was quite the defensive stud the other night against the Angels. Holy smokes, that one is blasted foul. Had himself some really good defensive plays last night. Oh, the division graphic. Cool. I get you. 3-1 count here. Finds his own there. Full count. That's going to be a walk. Fitness. Oh, no! Fitzmagic is the first injury. That can't be good. And it's probably not. It's not good. It's definitely not good. The first injury of the season, and it's elbow pain to the number 2 starter of the ball players. Oh, no. And just like that, the bases are now loaded. We went 2 straight outs from Fitzmagic, and then we have 3 straight walks. The first injury of season 6, ladies and gentlemen. That is brutal. And a interesting top of the first comes to an end. Well, it's not quite as dire. We lowered the top tier injury tier a little. Did we knock it down to 5 or 4 weeks? I can't remember. It's going to be time missed. Oh, you know what? The ball players are going to have to make a free agent selection because they don't have any pitchers in the minors. So he's going to have to go on IR. They're going to have to select someone, and they're going to have to organize if they want to just plug that person straight into their second starting slot or something. So remember that, Fizek. We're going to have to do some things in the background because of that. But runner aboard as Harry Shelton singles up the middle, brings up rookie Rick DeLastick. He had himself a home run in his first career game. As Aggie mentioned, another rookie pitcher starting, Mishka Barker. Hopefully his starting debut will go a little bit better than Fitzmagic's just did. 2-2 count here to DeLastick. Full count now. And that one's going to be grounded. Oh, but Barker can't handle it. Woolley is there and throws it in time for out number 2. That could have been messy, but Rick DeLastick didn't have enough speed to beat that one out. Runner advances to second for Matthias Black. Toby and Mishka will face off today. A battle of the dogs. And Matthias Black with that low pitch is able to pay that one off. Runners go to head home. Piston Oman doesn't have an arm. And the ball players will strike first here, 1-0. RBI single from Matthias Black. And speaking of it, here is Toby Barker facing it off against their brother, Mishka Barker. Is it Mishka? Barker versus Barker here. Mishka. Okay. Nikolaj. And that's going to be a walk, so Toby gets the better of their brother. Brings up homer runs. Acquisition for the ball players from the Bombers in that big trade in the offseason. I think homer runs can become a very special player, but doesn't prove me right there as he pops this one up to short. Big Turnpike has it for out number 3. Ball players strike first. Have a 1-0 lead going into the second inning. Adrian Walker, another one of the draft picks for the ball players. Walker was taken 4th overall, I think it was. Maybe 6th. Was taken in the first round, one of their 2 high picks. And that came in active, looking to get her first strike out of the game. Misses there. And gets this one into deep right, and that one is gonna be foul. That was a deep shot by Arkin Uptown there. And strike 3 called. Got her on a deep curveball for out number 1. Here's Kent Strudley. Fouls that one off. So we're going to get a prolonged look at Walker here with Fitzmagic out of the game because of injury. This one's popped into right center, and no one's going to get down. No one's going to get there in time. That's going to fall down for a bloop base hit. Here's Piston Omen. Quick 2-strike count, and that activates Cayman for Walker. Payoff pitch. Fouled off by Omen. And swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Walker. And that's 2 down. Top of the order, Alex Longstop back up. He struck out to start off the game. Yeah, I guess that would just be 1 start, wouldn't it, for a pitcher? Well, no, not necessarily. 5 weeks. They could potentially have. That's not 5. We changed from games to weeks. So, in 5 weeks, they could have. It just depends on the number of games they have. But I can't remember if we made it 4 weeks or 5 weeks. I'll have to go back in our conversation. Leadoff runner aboard as a bloop base hit gets through the infield. Brings up Terry Thunder. Birch pitch swinging is going to pop that in foul territory over on third base side. Blind Ollie's got that for out number 1.
The catcher, number 5.
Brings up Curly Shipwright. The catcher hits this one deep and hard into center. Doesn't have enough. At the wall, and it's gone. 2-run shot for Curly Shipwright, and it's 3-0 ball players. 4-17 to center field. And Mishka Barker is not having that great of a debut. Might have wished he went the way of Fitzmagic. That brings up Murph Kelly. He had himself 2 home runs, tied with Toblum in that first week for the home run lead so far. As far as we know, I should say, but draws a walk there. And Barker's day keeps getting worse, and here's Harry Shelton. Things do not get easier as you face the top of this order here for the ball players. And that one's going to get down, and that's going to... Oh, is it going to get down? Oh, Kent Strudley makes the catch at the knees. Robs what would have been an extra base hit and probably an RBI from Harry Shelton. Good play ranging over there by Strudley. Get the second out of the inning. Here's Dela Stick. On with 2 outs, runner aboard first. 1-1 the count. Two and two now. This one's popped behind home plate into the stands. This one's grounded to Vic Turnpike. He has plenty of time to get it to first in time. For out number 3, a 2-run shot from Shipwright makes it a 3-0 ball game as we head into the third inning. 2, 3, 4 do it for the High Rollers. Wally Woolley 0 for 1.
Number 3.
This one's popped into foul ground on first. D-Law Stick has it for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Brings up max range. He walked last time up, and he's got a 3-0 count here against Walker. Walker finally finds the zone. That one's fouled off, so it's a full count. Came in, is activated. That one's outside, and that's going to be another walk for max range,
Now batting, the
which
third
brings up
baseman,
blind Ollie.
number 40.
2-1 count here to Ollie. 1 out, runner at first here for the High Rollers in the top of the third. That's another walk, back-to-back walks from Walker.
Now
The
batting,
ball players have something going. Here's Becky Foe.
number 4.
Fouls that one off, 1-1 the count. Walker struggling with her control here. This one's fouled off, and I'll even the count up at 2. And this one's hit into center, and that's going to score some runs. And that one gets by Harry Shelton in center. That could score 2. And it will. It's a 3-2 ball game off the bat of Becky Foe. Is that her first hit of the season? I don't think Donut is here. But 3-2 now here in the top of the third, and only 1 out, and this one's hit to deep left, and that's going to be gone! A home run from Vic Turnpike, I think, and now the High Rollers have the lead 4-3. 399 into left.
Now batting, the catcher.
That
number
unraveled
57.
quite quickly. Walker really struggling with the balls. They'll find the zone there, 2-2. Gets that one to ground back to her, but can't handle it. She stays with it and has time to throw it to first, route number 2.
Batting, the right fielder.
Came in, when that came in comes on, she's taken advantage of it a couple of times, but not every time. I mean, I guess that's par for the course as Kent Strudley flies out to left. But a 4-run inning puts the High Rollers on top for the first time tonight, 4-3 as we head to the home half of the third. Part of the order do it for the ball players.
Baseman, number 27.
Mishka Barker, back on the mound, start the third inning. 44 pitches so far. Swung on, and that's popped back up to Barker. A bit of an awkward swing as that was well inside. And here's Toby Barker again. We've got Barker v. Barker. Toby was able to win the battle last time as he drew a walk and draws a 2-0 count here. 3-0 count. That's a 4-pitch walk, the second walk today for Toby Barker
Now
against his
batting,
brother,
the second baseman.
which brings up homer runs. Kickoff in the dirt, but nothing comes from it. Everyone's safe. 2-0 count here to runs from Barker. This one's hit hard, but straight at Woolley for out number 2.
Now
Good snag by Woolley.
the right
This brings up Nathan Tucker.
number 40.
This one's up the middle, just under the glove of Mishka. That brings another runner aboard with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
where they're dogs, so they think walks are good things. Terry Thunder, 2 on, 2 out, a chance to put the ball players back on top here with one swing. He's got the bat to do it. 2-1 the count here. And hits that one down. It's going to get down. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. And that's going to tie things up at very least. Kent Strudley finally up with it. Throws it in, but not to home. And another run's going to come home to score. And the ball players take the lead right back 5-4. A 2 RBI double from Terry Thunder. And that's going to do it for Barker. His day is done. Brings in Raul Gillette. Back and forth we go here in this one. 5-4 now in the favor of the ball players. This one's popped up behind home plate, and this should end the inning. And it will. Arcane Uptown snags that for out number 3. But Terry Thunder puts the ball players back on top with a 2-run double. As we head into the 4th inning, Piston Omen. It's going to be a battle of the bullpens in this one, as both teams are into it. Ball players not exactly of their own volition, as the High Rollers are, as Fitzmagic went down with an injury early in the game. And that's a walk. Walker is keeping her namesake true at very least, as she has walked 4 players, and that's going to do it for her. And here comes Ela Page. The free agent acquisition rolled the double negative, now with K-Dud and BB prone, and has been regulated from starter to reliever. K-Dud now activated with 2 strikes here against Alex Longstop. Fouls that one off. And this one is hit into the gap. Hit and run was on, and that's going to get all the way to the wall, and that's going to tie things up. An RBI triple from Alex Longstop, and it's 5-5. Her ratings with a full count will be next to nothing, Aggie. It's going to be horrendous. And that one's going to get over the head, and that's going to give the High Rollers the lead right back. The infield was playing in, and that just went right over the head of the first baseman. I'm not even sure if they were playing normal depth, the first baseman would have gotten that one. But there it is. Oh, Rick DeLastick snags that one and has the out at second, and back in time for the Dragons special.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, number 4.
Opposite of Angie DeVecchio. Yep. We've had a lot of action so far in this one. We've had about 3 or 4 lead changes. A couple of ties. There's BB prone activated. Yeah, that's a good point. Made her a closing pitcher. Well, they already had a closing pitcher. They like hogwash, I think it is, but that's not a bad idea to get that to change. And that's another hit up the middle. What is it with these two teams when they play? When they play, it's just an absolutely insane game. Oh, I missed it. I didn't even get to see the full count. Darn it. How bad? Well, it was bad. I mean, it's bad. I mean, I have to see it. Becky Foe hits this one into center, but right to Harry Shelton for out number 3. Another 2 runs across from the High Rollers. They take the lead right back now, 6-5, head into the home half of the 4th. I mean, these games are just insane. I forgot what that game was in season 4. It was like 20-17 or something like that. It was insanity. Two and 2 count from Gillette to... Oh, swing and a miss. Whoever you are, you struck out. See you later. Oh, that was Murph Kelly, because here's Harry Shelton. Or Dave Kelly, whatever the name is. No. Dave Sacred, that's a knight. Murph Kelly, that's who plays for the ball players.
The first baseman, number 23.
Here's Rick DeLastick, 0 for 2 so far today. And it's going to be 0 for 3 as this one's popped a mile high until right. Under that is Kent Strudley. To the 5th inning we go. High Rollers keeping the lead for the first time this game, looking to add upon it. Vic Turnpike had a home run last time he was up. That's bad, but not nearly as bad as I thought. I just saw your picture, Aggie.
Now batting, the catcher, number 57.
All right, here's Arcane Uptown. One down here in the top of the 5th. She's going to pop this one up into left center. Here comes Harry Shelton. He's got that for out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And here's
number
Kent
10.
Strudley. 1 for 2 so far. Fouled off. Here comes K-Dud. That one's grounded the first base side. Diddle stick. We'll toss it to the covering page. Round number 3. A 0 hung up on the board for the first time for the High Rollers since the second inning. We go to the bottom of the inning. Ball players looking to tie things up, only down 1. Facing Gillette still only 9. Make that 10 pitches for 5 outs so far.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Pretty solid, and one of those being a strikeout. And that's another strikeout. His second of the day. Gillette really doing work here in relief for Mishka Barker. Brings up home runs, 0 for 2 so far. 3 straight balls, though. Home runs has power versus the lefties, though, but doesn't get to show that off as he draws a walk, which brings up Nathan Tucker, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Runners going, and that throw is into the outfield, nowhere close to Turnpike or the covering Woolley. Oh, I forget. Runs has stealer or good jumps or what? Yeah, whatever it's called. Runner in scoring position, and Tucker is going to draw a walk. 2 aboard with 2 outs here for Terry Thunder. He grabbed the lead back for the ball players a couple innings ago. Has the chance to do the same here, and that one gets away from the catcher, and that's going to go all the way to the backstop. Runners advance to second and third, both in scoring position now, and both with a lot of speed. A base hit could give the ball players right back the lead. That's fouled back 1-2 the count here to Terry Thunder. And this one's hit, and Vic Turnpike with a diving stop. Can he get it to time? And first he cannot. And the tie, and the ball game is tied once again. Another RBI from Terry Thunder, and we got ourselves a 6-6 ball game. This diving stop from Turnpike did probably save the deficit, kept the runner at third instead of him turning and scoring. But nonetheless, we're tied again here at 6 apiece in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. As we head into the top of the 6th, tied at 6 apiece. 9-1-2 due up for the High Rollers. Ilya Page still on the mound for the ball players. Piston Omen 0 for 1 so far with a walk. This one's hit hard. Homer runs, or that's not homer runs. Murph Kelly can't handle it, and they're not even going to try the throw to first, and the runner is aboard. Here's Alex Longstop, has an RBI triple so far today. Finds his own there, 2-1 the count. This one's hit into right, and Tucker makes the charge and the catch for out number 1. Thought that one might bloop for a second there, but the out is recorded. Brings up Wally Woolley, 1 for 3 today. Single and an RBI. This one's popped straight to Murph Kelly for out number 2. Soft liner. That brings up Max Range, 0 for 1, but 2 walks today so far. This one's hit high and deep to left. It's carrying. Does it have enough? I think it does, and it's gone! Home run for Max Range, and the High Rollers take the lead again. It's 8-6. The 2-run shot from Max Range.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 40.
And that's going to do it for the inning, but 2 more runs come for the High Rollers. They take their biggest lead of the night going into the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order, do it for the ball players.
The
These three did a lot of damage against the Stingers last week, but have been kept relatively quiet so far. Murph Kelly 0 for 2 and behind, 1 and 1 the count here. Breaks his bat swinging at that one, but it's foul. It's popped up, headed foul, and might get into the bleachers, and it will. And this one's hit deep into right. It's carried, and that one's gone. Another home run for Murph Kelly. And that probably gives him the home run lead so far in the season, and it's now 8-7. And that's going to do it for Gillette. Here comes Tipsy. We say that, but Tipsy did give up 6, and that's going to be a base hit. That's rolling into the gap. And Omen catches up to it finally, but that's going to be a double for Harry Sheldon. Tipsy, I can't remember if Tipsy pitched against the Angels, but when she came in to face the Bombers, she did give up 6 earned, so not the greatest appearance there. I don't think she played at all against the Angels, but I could be wrong. Runner's going for third and is going to get gunned. Stupid decision there. Wasn't even close. So the base is now empty for Dila Stick. 0 for 3 so far. And swing and a miss.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27.
I think that's Arcane Uptown. Maniac, are you just now coming into the stream? Or have you been watching this whole time? Anyway, solo shot from Murph Kelly cuts the deficit to 1, 8-7 as we head into the top of the 7th. Lurking since the 3rd. Okay, so you did miss it. Fitzmagic got injured. He blew out his elbow. So he's going to go on the injured list. And since you don't have any pitchers in your minors, you're going to have to make an IR selection. I don't remember what we changed the duration to. I'll check it and tell you, but he's either going to miss 4 or 5 weeks. But I'll let you know for certain in your team channel, and we can work through all of that later on. Do you play tomorrow? Let me check the schedule. No, you don't. You play, next you play is week 3, day 1. Okay, so we have plenty of time to get that situated. Okay, here we go. Back to the action. Ilya Page is finally done. Brings in Quash Ward. He inherits 2 runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. High Rollers have a chance to get those runs right back. This one's popped, but it's going to fall foul. And swing and a miss. Quash Ward gets one down on strikes.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 10.
Kent Strudley. Former Bombers facing off against each other. This one's grounded to the shortstop side. Murph Kelly up with it and doesn't have a play. Runners all going to read safely. Base is now loaded. That was a slow roller, and Murph Kelly didn't have a whole lot to do with it. Base is loaded for Piston Omen, but he falls behind 0-2 to Ward. Pops this one into foul territory. Is anyone going to catch up to it? Tucker does, and that was shallow enough where the runner won't try to advance. So 2 down now. Top of the order to up. Here's Alex Longstop. Has an RBI triple on the day. And this one's up the middle, and that's going to bring home 1, maybe 2. Runner, thought about it, but went back. 1 run will score, make it another 2-run lead for the High Rollers, 9-7. RBI single for Alex Longstop. Brings up Wally Woolley. Bases still loaded with High Rollers. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 3-1 the count. Nowhere to put Wally Wooly. Ward finds his own to full up the count, but loses him. That's going to be an RBI off the walk. That makes it 10-7 High Rollers.
First baseman, number 89.
1-1 the count here to Range. Range slaps that one, but it's foul. Swing and a miss, and Range strikes out with the bases loaded. But another 2 up on the board for the High Rollers. They push their lead to 3, 10-7 as we head into the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Toby Barker smacks this one to the left, but right at Alex Longstop for out number 1.
Now batting,
Here's home runs, 0 for 2 with the walk so far. Tipsy Reynolds doing fairly well so far. This one's popped up into right. Under it is Strudley for out number 2.
now batting, the right fielder, number
And here's Nathan Tucker. Tucker's going to go around this one to Turnpike. Plenty of time at first for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the ball players in the bottom of the 7th. To the 8th we go. 10-7 the lead for the High Rollers. Looking to pump more on as part of the order do it for them. Blind Ollie 1 for 2, 2 walks so far. And that was Rick Stick with a great jab and snags that one for out number 1.
now batting, the designated hitter,
Becky Foe 2 for 3 today, having a good day. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs and a walk. Two and 2 the count. Here from Ward. That one's going to be hit up the middle. That's another base hit for Becky Foe. She's 3 for 4 on the day.
now batting, the
Here's Vic Turnpike.
number 20.
1 for 3, but the one was a 2-run home run. Runners going, and Becky Foe is gunned. Good throw by Shipwright from behind the plate. Now 2 outs. 1 and 2 the count here to Vic Turnpike. Swing and a miss! And that will do it for Turnpike. Bottom 8th we go. It's Thunder, Shipwright, and Kelly do it for the ball players as they trail by 3. Run out of time.
Hitter, number
Terry Thunder's been a big player. 3 RBIs, had some clutch hits for them, but needs to get on base. This one's right back at Tipsy. She's able to knock it down and toss it to Range at first in time for out number 1.
the catcher, number 5.
Brings up Shipwright. He had a 2-run home run earlier in this game, but hasn't done anything since. And strikes out looking on 3 pitches there. Tipsy Reynolds is feeling herself tonight.
Shortstop, number
Only 1 hit through 2 2/3, 2 strikeouts. She's locked in facing Murph Kelly, who hit his 3rd home run of the season tonight. And he's going to pop this one up into center. Ullman is there and has caught that for out number 3. To the 9th we go. High Rollers looking to add some more insurance, leading by 3, 10-7. Bottom 3rd of their order due up.
number 57.
First pitch swinging is Uptown, pops this one into foul territory off of first. And Stick there is there for out number 1.
Right fielder,
Brings up Kent Strudley, who's 2 for 4 today. Broken bat swinging on that one, pops it behind home plate. That's going to get out of... Oh, no, it's not! That one stays in play, and Shipwright catch that for out number 2.
number 27.
This one's hit to straight center field, and it's going to be over the head of Kerry Shelton. That's going to be a 2-out double.
Now batting,
Brings up Alex Longstop.
now pitching,
Ward's day is done. Brings in the closing pitcher Hogwash. Longstop has a triple and a single, and that's probably going to be a double. He's got almost a cycle Honestly, it might be another triple if he goes for it. He didn't. But I don't see this game lasting longer for him to get another at-bat for a home run. But that's another RBI for Longstop, pushes it to a 4-run lead for the High Rollers. And this one's hit hard and deep, but it's going to cut foul. 2-2 count here to Wally Woolley. 1 for 4, 2 RBIs. One's grounded. Delasticks got it and tossed it to Hogwash for out number 3. Last chance for the ball players. They trail by 4. 2-3-4 due up to try and do some work against Tipsy Reynolds. Harry Shelton, 2 for 4, double and a single. Needs to get on base, but a Tipsy Reynolds who is locked in with through 3 innings of work, 2 strikeouts, only 1 base runner allowed. This one's up the middle. Wally Woolley up with it in time at first for out number 1. Brings up Delastic, the rookie, 0 for 4 today. Struggling a bit. This one's grounded. Oh, third baseman can't handle it. Oh, Oli. Blind Ollie can't handle it. And the runner will reach.
Number 27.
Whoops. Here's Matthias Black, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Facing a 3-1 count, doesn't swing there, count runs full. Swings on that one, it's a slow roller to Ollie. Black has some speed, but can't beat it out. A good play by Ollie, gets it there just in time for out number 2. And the ball players are down to their final out of the evening. And that's going to be a slow roller back to Reynolds. And in time at first for out number 3. And the High Rollers take this one 11-7. Fix the score. I didn't do that right. All right, 11-7. High Rollers improve to 2-1 on the season. Let's take a look here. A bunch of hits. Longstop, 3 for 6, 3 RBIs. Pair of RBIs for Woolley, Range, Foe, and Turnpike. Range and Turnpike hitting home runs. Hits for everyone except for Uptown. 8 walks on the day, 5 walks for the ball players. Multi-hit games for Shelton, Tucker, and Thunder, who had 3 RBIs, a pair of them for Shipwright with the home run. A couple others from Kelly and Black. Pitching all over the place. Barker doesn't get a good start under his cap, but Gillette does enough to get the ball to Tipsy, who saves the game. Gillette does get the win. 4 pretty clean innings, only giving up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. A lot of pitchers came in. Fitzmagic blowing out his elbow. Walker struggling, as does Ela Page. Washward with an okay showing, and then Hogwash getting 1 out in relief. Foe, Longstop, and Ranger, 3 players of the game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to finish off the night. Vikings, their 2nd game of the week, facing the Overdrafts, coming off the upset win over the Moonshots from last week, and we'll be right back. right, here we go. Final game of the evening. The 2-0 Vikings facing the 1-0 Overdrafts. Both these teams were playoff teams. Both had first round Vikings lost in the second round. Never mind.
Number 6.
But both teams coming off playoff appearances. Vikings just missing out on the division title. Overdrafts getting in on the wild card off of a Game 15 win over the Dragons and a leadoff walk for Jerry Briggs. Margie Rex on the mound for the Overdrafts. That's going to be a strikeout for Rex. Brings up Quai Hatmore.
Number 17.
No, inside.
Hatmore pops this one into left. I believe that's Vern Knight in left. No, it's Sardee. Catches that for out number 2. That brings up Vicky Marshall.
Number 37.
And Marshall puts this one into left center, and that's going to get down. One hops off the wall. Bush League finally is up with it. Runner is going to head for home, and the throw is not in time. And the Vikings will take a 1-0 lead off the bat of Vicky Marshall. This one's hit into the stands. Keep on losing my chat. There we go. And this one down the third base line. Third baseman couldn't handle it. Runner is at third, headed home. Sardee is not even going to try and throw home, and the Vikings will push it to 2-0 here in the top of the first. Here comes McMaster.
Number 14.
RG Rex already tense, giving up 2 earned here in the first 2/3 of the inning. 1-2 count to McMaster. Puts that one in the stands behind home plate. This one's grounded to Marzo, who's up with it in time at first for out number 3. But the Vikings strike quickly, score 2 in the top of the first. Marzo, Sardee, and Knight up to face Bert Barnstormer. Bert Barnstormer, unquestionable pitcher of the year last season, had himself a .67 ERA. Only gave up 3 earned runs all season. It's going to be impossible to top or even match that, but still a solid pitcher nonetheless. It's be interesting to see what he does this season. He's going to give up a 1-out single up the middle here to Vern Knight.
Now batting.
Oh.
Right fielder.
Okay, I'll say this, starter of the year. But, I mean, he still had his ERA was .6 something. Like, I mean, granted, like, Pete Stropkin threw, like, 60-something innings.
Now batting.
He gave it 3 runs all season. He threw, like,
35.
40 or 50 innings. No, he was a starter last season. That's how ridiculously good he was. Here, I've got the stat sheet open. I'll pull it up. That's a Dragon special to get out of the inning. Pitching pivot table. Bert Barnstormer. He threw 40 and 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs. Oh. Marzo. Moore can't handle that one, and the runner will reach. That might get recorded as an error.
Third baseman.
And here is Gage Deputy, who made her way around the league during the offseason. was originally a bomber that went to the ball players and strikes out there. And the ball players traded her during the draft to the Vikings. She goes down swinging there. Brings up Kazuo Miyuki. 2-1 the count. Did you multiply the 3 earned runs by 9? That's going to be a walk from Miyuki.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 6.
That's going to bring up the top of the order, Jerry Briggs up.
Ball high. No, that's high.
2-1 count.
No,
3-1 count. Rex cannot find the zone. Finds it there, fulls up the count. But we'll lose him, and that walk will load the bases for Noodles Nunez. I think he struggled mightily in the game last night against the Retrievers. Looking for a chance to bounce back here, get another couple of runs across. And this one, 1-2 the count. But not going to happen as he pops this one. Doesn't even get out of the infield, and that's going to be called an infield fly to Coteau. As that for out number 2. So it's up to Kwai Hatmore. Try and put some runs up on the board, but doesn't look like he will as he grounds that one to Sean Ferrari in time at first for out number 3. So Vikings leave the bases loaded with 1 out. Can't get anyone to come across and score. It remains 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the second, and that did go down as an error as Jackson Moore is now tense, but still a pretty good player even though he's tense. 1-2 the count from Stormer 2, and swinging on this, and Jackson Moore goes down.
Now batting, the center fielder.
And here's Bush League.
47. Ball inside.
This one's grounded up the middle. Amir Williams is up with it
He's out.
in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 15.
This one's hit well and deep. It's going to carry, and that is gone. A home run from I don't know who, and it's 397, and that cuts the lead in half. Is that Jesse Basher? No, that's no, that might have been. I don't know. Anyway, here's Sean Ferrari. Makes it a 2-1 ball game. As Ferrari pops this one up into shallow left. Williams is there, and oh, he drops it! He Henry McHenry's it! He will Asiago's it! And the inning will continue. And that brings up Artisanal Long. I couldn't remember if it was Basher or Long, because they kind of have the similar look. So the inning continues because of the misplay by Williams. 2-2 the count here to Artisanal Long. But strike 3 called! And Long ends the inning looking. So nothing comes from the error, but a solo shot from Basher makes it a 2-1 ball game as we head into the 3rd inning.
Ball, that's up. That's inside.
2-0 count here to Marshall to start off the 3rd. Rex finds zone. This one's popped up into right field. Knight is under it for round number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Brings up Donnie Driver. 1 for 1 with an RBI.
That's high.
This one's popped up behind home plate. Basher is there
You're out.
and snags it for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 14.
Jesse Basher was a serpent.
Foul ball. Foul ball.
1-2 the count to McMaster. She's going to dribble this one to the third base side. Marzo's up with it. And in time at first for out number 3. Nothing doing in the top of the third for the Vikings. To the bottom we go. It's Marzo, Sardee, and Knight up for the overdrafts. They still trail by 1.
Baseman, number 6.
Let's down.
1-2 the count here to Marzo. Fouls that one off. One's grounded. Amir Williams up with it and just gets it there in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder.
The shortstop being tense is not exactly what you want, but just was able to make that play. Brings up Sardee. 1 for 1 so far. Fouls that one off. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss! And for out number 2, Barnstormer rings him up.
Now batting, the right fielder. Number.
And here's Vern Knight.
That's outside.
Walked his last time up. This one's popped up into shallow left center. That's going to be Donnie Driver making the catch for out number 3. To the 4th we go. It remains 2-1. Bottom third of the lineup due up for the Vikings, Amir Williams. A chance to get the tints off his back. Try and get that mojo back up. It's going to slow roll this one to Sardee, who lasers it in time to Jackson Moore for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 10.
Here comes Gage Deputy. And Gage Deputy tattoos this one into left, and that's a no-doubter into the second row. And the Vikings increase their lead 3-1. 4:24 into the second deck of Tiger Den.
Now batting, the catcher, number 40.
And here's Kazuo Miyuki. Drew a walk his last time up. 2-1 to start off the count. And hits this one well, but it's going to be right at Sardee for out number 2.
Now batting, the center
Brings up
fielder,
Jerry
number
Briggs.
6.
He's drawn 2 walks so far, 2 of the 3 walks that Margie Rex has issued in this game. Takes strike 2 off the curveball.
Ball, that's inside.
Swing and a miss! And Rex ends the inning off a strikeout swinging. A solo shot by Deputy pushes the lead 3-1 in favor of the Vikings. 4, 5, 6 do it for the overdrafts here, the bottom of the 4th.
Number 35.
Ducato hit a grand slam against the Moonshots. Was most of their offense in that game until Daniel Winkler came in and hit the game winner. But it's a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 4th. Brings up Jackson Moore, still tense. And it's going to drag into what looks like a draw. Oh, Amir Williams! Oh, no!
Now batting,
That was a Dragon special. A tailor-made Dragon special. And Amir Williams makes his second error of the game. Here's a chance for him to make up for it in time at second for 1, but not in time at first.
now batting,
So runners at the corners, only 1 out here for the home run hitter, Jesse Basher. Another one here gives the overdrafts the lead. Burt Barnstormer getting left out to dry a bit by his defense. Not even his defense, by Amir Williams. May not be the long-term answer at short the Vikings were thinking.
Ball 4.
And that's going to be a walk that loads the bases for the overdrafts and brings up Sean Ferrari.
the shortstop,
Bases loaded, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Overdrafts trail by 2. Burt Barnstormer finds himself in a jam. Can he get out of it? Doesn't look. It looks like he will. Nunez to second for 1. In time at first for the Dragon special. So the Dragon special finally comes to fruition for the Vikings defense, and they get out of the inning, giving up no runs and keeping their 2-run lead.
No, that's high.
This one's popped into left, deep, but at the warning track is Sardee for out number 1.
now batting,
Brings up Quiet Hatmore, 0 for 2.
17.
Quiet Hatmore laces that one, but right at Moore, who snacks it for out number 2.
The right fielder.
Brings up Vicky Marshall. RBI double to start off the game. It's going to slow roll this one to Sardee, who has plenty of time to make the third out at first. So nothing doing for the Vikings in the top of the 5th. Bottom half we go. Artisanal Long, Tanya Marzo, and Everett Sardee do up for the overdrafts. Still trailing by 2. Left the bases loaded last time around. Oh, this one's hit to deep left. It's carrying, doesn't have enough, and it's gone. The short porch in left center pays off, and it's another home run for the overdrafts. 3-9-89, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Artisanal Long. Wait, not Artisanal Long.
Third baseman, number 6.
Back to the top of the order, Tanya Marzo. Bert Barnstormer was locked in, but lost that after that home run. This one's grounded to Deputy, who flings it to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 17.
That home run doesn't deserve jacked being in all caps. It's like capital J, then lowercase ACKED. Thing is, I don't think he played in Shaka all that much. From what I remember him playing on the road a lot. And I think part of it is because I think he played the Gauchos and the Walkers, because I remember him playing in Motor Yard a lot. But he also played against the Knights. He was their ace, so he had one more regular season start. It was the Knights, I think Walkers, and Gauchos, and I can't remember the 4th.
Now batting,
But a quick inning of work heads us into the 6th, still at 3-2. Margie Rick on the mound, 74 pitches to start the 6th inning. Swing and a miss there from Donnie Driver. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. This one's hit up the middle, and a leadoff single for the Vikings and Donnie Driver.
now batting,
Brings up McMaster, 0 for 2 so far today. This one's hit a mile high. Not going to get very deep. Bush League is under it. And he has that for out number 1.
now batting,
Brings up Amir Williams, who is amazingly only tense. After 2 errors, you'd usually see that being rattled or something. But a main problem for the Vikings today is he has made 2 errors. I don't think anything has come from them, but only more pitches used up by Bert Barnstormer. Three and 2 the count here to Williams, who's a whiffer, but gets walked. No contact between Tense and Whifford,
now batting,
but will get aboard. Here's Gage Deputy. She smacked one to left field stands. The last time he's up is the reason the Vikings have the lead. This one is going to get down in front of Vern Knight, and that's going to load the bases. Runner thought about going home, but thought better of it. Brings up Kazuka Miyuki
45.
with the bases loaded, only 1 out. Needs to put one in play to try and push the lead back up for the Vikings. 2-0 the count. Swung on, but foul. 2-1 now. That one's inside, 3-1, nowhere to put him. And he hits this one into left. It's carrying, doesn't have enough. It's off the wall and left, and that's going to score 2. It's 5-2 Vikings.
Now batting, the center fielder, now pitching.
And that's going to do it for Margie Rex. In comes Jorge Tostada. Back to the top of the order, Jerry Briggs for the Vikings with 2 runners in scoring position. Still only 1 out in the 6th inning. No chance for a Dragon special, so putting it into play could get another run across. Full count. Swing and a miss! And Tostada gets a strikeout of the first batter he faces.
The second baseman,
Up comes Noodles Nunez, 0 for 3 in tenths. has not had a good couple of days at the plate, has really been struggling. Gets ahead 2-0 in the count. 3-0. Let's see if he has a green light. And he does not. He takes a 4-pitch walk. That's going to load the bases. He gets a mojo boost. That brings up Kwai Hatmore. A really good hitter on paper, but can't usually translate that. Let's see if his luck changes here with the bases loaded. Swings at a really high ball in the zone. 1-1 the count now. Someone's in the zone. Swings at that one, protects the plate. 1-2 the count. Swings and misses at a pitch nowhere close to the zone. That was horrendous. But 2 runs come across for the Vikings. They push their lead to 5-2, as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bert Barnstormer back up on the mound. 61 pitches so far. 2 earned runs off of 2 solo shots. This one's grounded softly to Noodles Nunez. In time at first, route number 1. Jackson Moore, 0-2. And this one's high and deep to center. Doesn't have enough. At the wall is Briggs, and it's gone! Another solo shot. This one off the bat of Jackson Moore, the 4th. And it's 5-3. In one game, Bert Barnstormer has given up the same amount of earned runs he did all of last season. Which isn't exactly hard to believe since he only gave up 3. But nonetheless, there's a stat for you. This one's grounded to Nunez in time for out number 2. Jesse Basher, who has one of those home runs on the day. 3-0 count to Basher. Finally finds the zone. But that's going to be a walk for Basher. Which brings up Sean Ferrari.
Number 43.
Barnstormer starting to have some control issues. Finds the zone there. Another one in there. 1-2 the count to Ferrari. Just misses on the curveball outside. This one's grounded to Nunez. In time at first, round number 3. Another solo shot on the board for the Overdrafts. They cut the deficit back to 2 as we head into the 7th inning. 5-3. 4-5-6 do up for the Vikings.
The right fielder, number 37.
And that one is long gone. Is that in the 3rd deck? It's off the 3rd deck. Vicky Marshall with a monster shot. 4-4-4. And it's 6-3. That one is a full caps jacked.
Number 47.
And Donnie Driver laces the one to right. This is going to bounce off the wall. That's going to find a gap, but he's not going to try for 2. That's a deep single.
Now batting,
Brings up Lindsey McMaster.
number 14.
1-1 the count from Tostada to McMaster. That one's low, 2-1. One just finds his own 2-2 now. This one swung on. This is going to be a tailor-made Dragon special. Oh, but it's not. Jackson Moore has no arm, and the throw barely made it to second in time, so McMaster was able to beat it out at first. So that just goes down as a fielder's choice, which brings up Mr. Amir Williams, who is having a no good, very terrible, very, very bad day. This one's grounded to Ducateau, and this one should be a Dragon special, and it is. And that's a mojo down for Williams. He is rattled now. Do they still even have Dale Stewart? They have to have someone defensively come in for him. That is just a huge liability. Riley Reed. That's a great substitution, a much-needed substitution. This one's grounded to Nunez. I think that's the 4th ground out from Nunez to McMaster that the Overdrafts is hitting into. Brings up Tanya Marzo, 0 for 3 so far on the day. And this one's going to sneak past the first base bag, and that's going to be a one-out single for Marzo.
Now batting, the left field. Now pitching.
And Bert Barnstormer's day is going to be done. It's going to bring in Cal Cooley. Cal Cooley, the long reliever, but got into some trouble last night. Blew the save against the Retrievers, allowed that game to get tied. Lucky enough for him, the Vikings were able to win that game in extra innings. This is popped up into a shade into left center. Jerry Briggs is under that for out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder. Number 16.
I don't know if we're actually keeping track of errors. At least I haven't been. I could be wrong. I don't know if someone else is separately. I guess we'll have all the VODs to go back and look back if we do that. That does it for home half of the 7th. To the top of the 8th we go. Gage Deputy up 2 for 3, having herself a good day at the plate. But strikes out looking there to start the 8th inning. That one was a high strike 3 call, but down she goes anyway. Tostada, oh no! Hurt! Tostada! Elbow pain! That's 2! Is elbow pain the new dislocated shoulder this season?
Now batting, the center fielder, number 6.
Two down with elbow pain in one day. I don't even know. Yeah, the overdrafts have some minors pitchers that we can just call up, since we have never really heard from the overdrafts manager this season. Oh wow, they have 4 down there.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 11. No, that's high.
Well, anyway, nonetheless, I think we had one elbow pain. It was Regina Roundhouse at the very end of the season. It was like literally the last week of the season as far as... Oh, well, actually, we might have had one other, an Angels pitcher. Nunez struggling at the plate this season. He has not had a hit this week. But luckily enough, his teammates are picking up the slack. Still a 3-run lead for the Vikings. Gage Deputy gets pulled. Defensive replacement Hefty Weeb now at third. This one right back to Cooley. In time at first for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 22.
This is hit up the middle. Jackson Moore with a single.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 47.
This one's popped up over the first base side in foul territory. McMaster is there for out number 2.
Now
Brings up
batting,
Jesse Basher, locked in. 1 for 1, a home run and 2 walks. Yeah, the first injuries of the season. Like, we haven't even had a pitcher hit with a comeback. Like, usually those are fairly prolific.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So, a bizarre set of circumstances. Mango Anaya came into relief as I was looking away. This one's grounded to Ducateau. In time at first, round number 1.
Now batting, the right
Locked in, Vicky Marshall, home run, double 2 RBIs. We are in the 9th inning. This one's grounded. Sean Ferrari snags it. And in time at first, round number 2. Good play by Ferrari.
the left field.
Brings up Donnie Driver. He's 3 for 4 on the day. Takes a first pitch ball high in the zone. Smacks that. Foul.
Ball, that's inside.
Inside, 2-1. Oh, we're close, 3-1. Swings and misses there, full count. That one's up the middle for a 2-out single. Donnie Driver aboard.
Now
Gonna bring up
batting, the
McMaster.
first baseman,
He's had a very quiet day, 0 for 4. And it's going to be 0 for 5. That's grounded to Ducateau. In time at first for out number 3. Last chance for the overdrafts as they trail by 3. It's Ferrari, Long, and Marzo due up.
now batting.
I fully expect Ferrari to get pulled. No, he doesn't get pulled. No pinch hit. Do they not? I guess they don't even have a secondary shortstop. And Ferrari puts this one into right, but Marshall is able to track that one down for out number 1. Here's Artisanal Long, another one of the home run hitters of the game. And this one's going to get smacked down into the gap. This one's headed for the wall. Long is headed for second. Donnie Driver can't get a handle on it. And that's going to be a 1-out double for the overdrafts. Gets us to the top of the order. Tanya Marzo, 1 for 4 today. Runner in scoring position, but not a lot of speed at second. Surprised there's no pinch runner. I assume you have to have someone faster than that. Just sheer chance on the bench, but who knows? Especially with her being the DH. This one's hit high and deep to center, but more high than deep, and Briggs is at the warning track for out number 2. Runner's going to tag for third and get there. And here comes Everett Sardee. Last chance for the overdrafts here. Trailing by 3. Runner on third. 2 outs here. First pitch strike call to Sardee. Oh, and there's the comebacker! And the runner is safe, and the run is safe. It's now a 2-run lead. He's only rattled. He's not injured, though. No injury, just a mojo hit. And this one's up the middle. So we now are at 1 swing baseball. 1 swing and the overdrafts can win it. And here's the grand slam hitter from the other night, Ducateau. I'm stunned to see that Cal Cooley's still in this game at rattled. They have plenty of pitchers in the bullpen that could close this game out. 2-0 count to Ducateau. That one's fouled off, 2-1. This one's popped up behind home plate. Is it going to... It's just going to hit the netting behind home plate. 2-2 the count. And this one's popped into the infield. This should end the game. McMaster is there. Under it, and she has it for out number 3. And the Vikings will take this one 6-4. Vikings always have to make it interesting, but come away with the win. Whoops. 6-4. 10 hits by each team, 2 errors, both by Amir Williams. Let's see here. Donnie Driver hogging all the hits, 4 for 5. 2 hits from Marshall, a home run. 2 hits from Deputy, a home run. And then 2 hits from Miyuki, 2 RBIs for Marshall and Miyuki. 10 hits, but the only 3 that scored, or 4, I should guess, ended up scoring runs. 3 home runs, and then that RBI single from Sardee that hit Cal Cooley. Barnstormer gets the win, goes 6 1/3, 3 solo shots, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Cooley in relief, 2 2/3, 1 earned. Rex gets the loss. Tostada and Anaya with decent relief appearances. MVP of the game, Vicky Marshall, then Long and Basher, actually. So that's going to do it. Thanks for stopping by and watching Week 2, Day 2 with me. I am the OG Viking Truther. But that's going to do it for me. Fizek has the call tomorrow. I think he's going to start at 6. Got ourselves a strong slate of games tomorrow as well, and we'll see you there. So long.